Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is, weirdly enough, a video. I was live streaming, but the live stream decided to mess up, and so I'm recording this as a video instead. I hope you guys like the new banner. Originally last year what I was going to do is I was going to do it like this. I was going to make videos exclusively for the games, but then I was like, you know what, nah, let's just keep live streaming. And now this year I get to test it out, so let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think of this? I know it's a little bit generic, but I thought, hey, it's all right for a starter. It's all right for a startup. The only issue is once it exceeds like 5 or 6 goals, it gets a little, I'm going to have to make them small. So today, the Montreal Canadiens were in Toronto. So it actually kind of works out that Toronto is where the home team should be. It actually works out for that. But the Montreal Canadiens would end up losing tonight against the Maple Leafs. It was a 4-1 loss. We're going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to go over the goal summary, and then or the score summary, and then I'm going to talk about what I thought of the game, and then get into the Habs leading goal scorers, obviously, and then wrap up the video because this isn't a stream, so it's not going to go for an hour and a half. It's probably going to be maybe about 10 or so minutes. By the way, apologies if you guys hear the fan. It is still pretty hot over here where I am, so apologies if you hear that. I don't want to die in this Habs jersey. I'd love to, but I'm not yet. Give me about 80 years. So the first period, the only goal scored was by the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was Jake Muzzin got the goal from Michael Nylander and TJ Brodie. This year, I'm actually going to try and start tracking goals and assists from the opposing team, not just from Montreal. Second goal was scored by John Tavares. I don't have the times yet. I didn't think to get that in depth. Maybe in the future. But John Tavares scored. It was a power play goal. Nylander shot it. It was a tip in front. Sandin gets the secondary assist on that. Michael Bunting would get the second goal of the period for the Maple Leafs from TJ Brodie for his second assist of the night. And Mitch Marner. I don't know if Marner was playing. I forget, honestly. I don't think he was, but whoever the error was that Marner was, that whoever that was supposed to be playing got the other assist on that. I think you know what I mean. Third period, Kurtis Gabriel scored, assisted by Habs netminder Michael McNiven. We'll get to that, and you'll find out why. If you didn't watch the game, you'll see why it's written as that. And then Montreal, with about a minute and a half left in the period, scored. The Gabriel goal came about with 5 minutes left. Tavares' goal was about 2 minutes in. Michael Bunting scored maybe 5 minutes later, if that. And then Jake Muzzin scored, I think it was like 4 minutes left, something like that. But Toffoli scores with about a minute and a half left to break the shutout on a breakaway goal from Nick Suzuki, who got a little tip on an Alex Romanov far-out pass. It was a really nice pass out to get Toffoli on the breakaway for the goal. Then in the shootout, I actually didn't put the shootout here because I forgot about the shootout. But we'll get to the shootout. That really wasn't part of the game. It was something extra, but we'll get to that. This is going to be completely unedited, by the way. My raw reactions, like the live stream is supposed to be, so that's what this is going to be. So the opening lineups for the Montreal Canadiens were Toffoli, Suzuki, Caufield, Lehkonen, Paling, Donfin, Perreault, Paquette, Belzil, and Babdouk, Baudin, and Vedemo. Romanov, Petrie, Kulak, Fearbrother, and Ouellette and Ijack were the defense pairings. Caden Primo starts in net. I put Michael McNiven likely plays the second half of the game, and I was just about right. The opening lineups for the Maple Leafs were Bunting, Tavares, and Ho-Sang, Mikheyev, Kerfoot, Nylander. Okay, so I think it was Ho-Sang that got the second assist, I think. Robertson, Amadio, and Spezza, and then Clune, I don't know how to say this guy's name, so I'm not even going to fucking try, and Kurtis Gabriel. Jake Muzzin, Timothy Liljegren, Sandin Brodie, and then Cry and Hollowell were the defense pairings, and Michael Hutchinson started the game in net, and Ian Scott probably stays on the bench. How right I would end up being. I put hockey is back. Let's go. Why am I hyped for preseason? And I genuinely didn't know, but it's once the game started, I was like, yeah, hockey's back. So hockey is back. Hockey's been pretty good. I don't have a haircut. I haven't shaved in about a month. I'm all raggedy. No, I took a shower like yesterday or today. I forget when I took a shower. It was in the last 2 days. But yeah, so I'm incredibly hyped for preseason for no reason. I get to see the Habs prospects, so I guess there's that. Before the game started, I wanted to mention that Sami Niku was signed by the Habs, actually, after being rejected by Winnipeg. It was a depth move. I don't know if he's going to play in training camp, but it's a two-way contract. I like it. There's no risk to the contract whatsoever. It's a two-way, one-year deal. If he does well in the AHL, maybe we give him a shot next year. Who knows? He's probably a guy who can get in for maybe 2 to 3 NHL games, if that, all depending on injuries. Because Chris Weidman would probably be the immediate guy to come in, and then maybe Brett Kulak, for example. Plus, I also actually, real quick, I did want to say, I apologize. I promised gaming streams, or not gaming streams, I promised gaming videos over the summer. I didn't get to them, so for that, I do apologize to you guys. I will try and get some during the regular season. I do have 25 Days of Harry coming up, and I'm going to start working on that gradually through the rest of this month and the rest of October. My ideal plan is to get a lot of 25 Days of Harry done by the middle of November, so that way I can just kind of relax in December and just pump out the videos, because last year it was kind of how it was every year. I had to make the video like on the day it premiered or the day before, so kind of wasn't all that fun. It was fun posting them and seeing reactions, but yeah, enough of that. Let's get to the game. The Leafs looked good on their first shift. Nylander split the defense. He looked really good, especially in the first period. He looked fast, but Primo had a nice job staying right with him, making the save. Habs went to the power play about 30 seconds later. Rasmus Sandin got called for interference. It was clear they were working on the Caufield one-timer from the slot. They tried to set it off, but there was a cross-check, a little bit of a cross-check that prevented Caufield from getting the one-timer. It's clear, like I said, that the Canadiens are really working their power play to be around Caufield. They're working it to get Caufield open in the slot and Suzuki or Toffoli to get that pass to him. It just didn't happen that much tonight because there were only 2 power plays for the Habs, surprisingly, because from my recollection, the last few preseasons have had quite a lot of power plays for both teams. But yeah, Habs looked decent, but they wouldn't score, so they were 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Habs played solid defense. They didn't let the Leafs get any quick shots. Kulak had a few good stick plays to prevent any shots going in. Kulak is looking like a pretty good third pairing defenseman for us this year. I'm hoping he somehow gets an over Shootout, but it's likely not going to happen. Habs played solid. I just read that. Bunting on the fourth line had a good rebounded shot, but he couldn't capitalize. Romanov got hit really well by Kurtis Gabriel, right in between the benches, kind of where Ray Ferraro usually is in the NHL games. That's where he got hit. It was a really nice hit by Gabriel. Delayed penalty came up to the Leafs. I didn't see who it was, but it was boarding, I believe, after the Romanov thing happened. Habs didn't look great on the power play. Leafs easily able to kill it off, even getting a few good looks of their own, but the Habs, again, played good defense. They were 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. And then Muzzin scored. Nylander had the puck. He waited. Really good patience by Nylander, not just trying to get a shot with a screen in front. Really good patience, waiting, while everyone decides to leave him alone, go to the front of the net, because fuck you, Primo, you don't need to see shit. But they all go to the front of the net. Muzzin's able to slip in. He gets the puck, shoots. Primo's able to get there. He just isn't able to make the save because he barely sees it before Muzzin shoots it. And so it's 1-0 Maple Leafs. That was also on the net, or was also on the ice, so probably should be 0.5-0 for the Leafs, because, yeah. Leafs had some more pressure. I didn't like what Baudon was doing out there for a while. Something about him, I just didn't like the way he was covering certain players. Just didn't look like he was really all trying that much. But then again, I think I bring this up later, but a lot of the guys probably kind of knew they weren't getting NHL jobs at the Habs this year, barring injuries. There's one guy I was really disappointed with that we're going to get to later, but yeah, Baudin definitely could look like he needs a little bit of work for training camp, and that's what preseason's for. Spot guys with the errors and work on that in training camp. That's kind of what it's there for. Muzzin got another good shot. Primo was able to make the save again, or this time I should say. Mikheyev almost got a wide open net off a rebounded shot, couldn't get the proper handle on it. Primo was actually able to just start to get there, but thankfully Mikheyev didn't get the shot off, so we didn't see how that would have looked. Primo wasn't too sure of the puck at one point, thought it went in after he had made the save. Belzil almost tied the game in the final minute after a really nice body check from Cedric Paquette. I thought he actually had a really good first period. He was laying the body, making some decent passes. He was doing a good job out there. I think Paquette could probably be our fourth-line center, honestly. I think he's been pretty solid. But again, Belzil unfortunately wasn't able to get the goals, you can tell by the score summary. But yeah. At the end of the first, shots were 9-5 Maple Leafs. They led it 1-0 after the first period of the first preseason game of the first season, in which I get to make a video for preseason games. That kind of worked. I had to give credit, actually. Hosang and Bunting looked all right in that period. They seemed pretty fast, but they did seem to get stripped of the puck a little bit too easily. Kind of something that wouldn't really proceed for the rest of the period. I thought Nylander looked really, really good in that first period, and I thought he looked good for the rest of the game. I thought Nylander was pretty solid throughout most of the game. Toffoli and Suzuki had a 2-on-1 less than a minute into the second period. If I can get my notes open and just a little bit bigger, they had a 2-on-1 just about a minute into the second period. Sorry, but just I didn't like it. The play was broken up by Muzzin. Toffoli passed it to Suzuki, which broke it up. Would have liked to see Toffoli shoot that. Just little pet peeves of mine. Leafs then went to the power play. Puckett got hit and then held onto a Leaf. You can't do that. It was fine for us. I didn't mind it. We could test the PK. But 10 seconds in, Toffoli gets a tip on a Nylander shot, and it's 2-0 Leafs 2 minutes into the second period, so we were 0 for 1 on the PK tonight. That's not good. Leafs did good. Habs weren't getting much, but most of the guys know they're not making the roster, as I just mentioned. Babduk fought with Kurtis Gabriel. Gabriel looked to be a headshot. It probably wasn't, but looked to have given him a headshot. Babduk somehow gets an instigator penalty. Habs were able to kill off the penalty, though, so we were 1 for 2 on the PK tonight. Then Michael Bunting scored. Michael Bunting scored to make it 3-0. Paling with a very, very lazy play. Bunting was kind of right in front of the net looking for the quick little tip, quick little shot, basically. Paling was kind of right in back of him, and by the time he gets there, it's already in the back of the net. Very lazy play by Paling. It's something that he has to look out for as a defensive forward. Bad play by him. He's playing another year in the AHL, and he probably is. Unless things change in the remaining preseason games, because like I said, that's what preseason's for, to spot mistakes and fix them. So, yeah. Caufield got held, but there was no penalty for some reason. Caufield went for a change on the breakaway. Probably could have scored on it. I know he's gassed, but would have liked to see him at least try that. We're down 3-0. Would have liked to see him try it. It's preseason. Doesn't matter. Any chances you can get are good, though. Leafs then went back to the power play. It was a slashing call on the Canadiens. Didn't see who it was. Didn't look amazing, but we were able to kill it off, so we were 2 for 3 on the PK tonight. Ilya Mikheyev was then robbed by Caden Primo. Both guys have had really good nights, Primo and Mikheyev, I thought. Mikheyev actually, I think, had a little bit of an underrated game. I thought Mikheyev is probably going to make the top 6 of the Leafs, and he deserves it. Habs have gone 15 minutes without a shot in the game. But then again, when you're playing against most of the Leafs NHL roster and you have about a line and a half of your actual NHL talent, what do you expect? Yeah. 6:22 left in the second period. That is Primo's night. In comes Michael McNiven to likely finish the game, and he would. I'll spoil that. He did. McNiven made a few good saves early on, robbed Michael Bunting on a really solid chance after getting past Romanov. He kind of got past him pretty easily. It was a pass out in front, kind of like what Romanov would give to Toffoli for his breakaway goal. But yeah, I'm worried about that slightly about Romanov, about how he plays defensively in the near the blue line of our zone. But I mean, hey, again, it's preseason. You can work on that. You can fix that easily. Pretty sure. Caufield got on a breakaway, but Jake Muzzin just gets the slight hook on him, so there's no penalty, and Caufield misses the shot. Hutchinson almost misplayed the puck, almost out of the trapezoid. We somehow couldn't capitalize on a wide open net. Spezza then got a turnover in our zone. Really, really nice turnover by him. Michael Bunting almost makes it 4-0. McNiven has been pretty damn good. Suzuki, I believe it was, actually then stripped the puck. It was a 3-0 for the Canadiens, but we were way too close to each other. The 2-0 that, for example, that Galchenyuk gave away in game, I think it was game 5. Suzuki and Caufield, they got the puck and they just spread out as they kind of just spread out as they scored. That's what caused them to score. They got Campbell going over to one side too far, and then Suzuki was able to get the game winner. But this time, like I said, we were just way too close. Caufield got Hutchinson over for a pretty easy save. Wish Caufield could have scored. Would have been nice. I would have loved that. But the shots, 24-7 to the Maple Leafs. They have a big 3-0 lead heading into the third period. Ian Scott would start the third period. Habs had a good chance on him early, but he was able to make the save. The crowd spent likely upwards of $80 to watch this hockey game, and they did the wave. It was about 2 minutes that they were doing the wave. It died down pretty quickly, but there were just some people not refusing to stop doing the wave. So yeah, money well spent. I mean, to be fair, I'd rather do the wave than be at a Maple Leafs game myself. So yeah. Habs looked like they had a bit of fire. They were a bit faster to start the third. Ian Scott made a save, so naturally that injures him. This is a guy who's had a history of injuries, and he gets injured just by making a save. Safe to say he's probably not making the NHL anytime in the near future. Michael Hutchinson got back in the game after roughly 4.5 minutes of Ian Scott. I'm not laughing at the fact he's injured. I'm laughing at just what injured him, just that he made a save, and that injured him. Paling missed a breakaway opportunity. He's not ready. Habs looked all right. They were getting some chances. Leafs tried to come back as the Habs were pressuring. They were getting some shots. They were getting some chances. A couple good ones. A lot of just shoot it at him, hope it goes in. Hossein got on a breakaway. McNiven made a really good save. I really liked Michael McNiven's game tonight. I thought he looked really good when he got shots off on him. He was really, really solid, and I honestly would love to see him challenge for the backup role while Price is hurt, which is actually what I just said on the notes without looking at them. But yeah, I really liked McNiven's game tonight. Hopefully he can keep that up into not necessarily Andrew Hammond, but just a nice little, like, say, 3 to 4 game run. I think it'd be nice to see him get a little backup role for the Canadiens while Price is hurt. But given he's reported to be good for opening night, they're probably not going to use him, unfortunately. Because I do like Michael McNiven. I would like to see him get a couple games in the NHL again. I wasn't really paying much attention, honestly. I was just kind of watching certain players. First game of preseason, like I said, not really much to analyze, except for how good McNiven was. Because McNiven was facing a lot of really good shots on quality NHL players. But yeah, Michael McNiven, again, like I said, he was pretty solid tonight. He'd probably be my first star for the Maple Leafs, for the Canadiens. Habs tried to push, but Suzuki's line somehow is the only one that really seems to care. Caufield was missing the net way too much. There's about 4 or 5 different chances I saw that he should have been able to get a shot on net that he just missed. He needed to get a shot under control, and he actually would later on, but just like that, it was 4-0 Maple Leafs. McNiven turned into Carey Price against the Maple Leafs when he has the puck. If you guys saw the final game of the 18-19 regular season, then you'll know what that's referencing. But yeah, McNiven, it's a bouncing puck. It shot in. Weirdly enough, there actually should have been a penalty on the play. It looked like a Canadian had hooked one of the Maple Leafs, so it looked like it should have been a penalty. McNiven touches it, shoots it. It's just a rolling puck, gets to Kurtis Gabriel, shoots in the wide open net, and it was 4-0 at that point. But then Toffoli scored with about a minute and a half left. Like I said, a breakout for him off a really great pass from Romanov. It was just touched by Suzuki before it got to Toffoli. So it was 4-1. We break the shutout for Michael Hutchinson. 4-1 Leafs would be the final score of the game. I believe the final shots were 28-17 for the Maple Leafs. They take it 4-1 in regulation, like I said. The preseason post-game shootout results. This is something I believe that they're introducing this year, is they're having post-game shootouts. Right after the game ends in regulation overtime, and I think even if it ends in a shootout, they are doing a shootout afterwards, which I think is kind of fun. I have no problem with it, really. It's something fun. Like Elliot Friedman mentioned, I believe it was Elliot. It might have been Anthony Stewart, but I think it was Friedman. It's just extra entertainment for the people. And hell, for me, any more hockey I can get, I am absolutely fine with that. Spezza was saved. Toffoli was saved. Nylander scored. Cole Caufield scored. I was very happy to see that. John Tavares was saved. Nick Suzuki was saved. Ilya Mikheyev scored. And then Matteau Perreault was saved. So the Maple Leafs take the shootout 2-1. And they win the regular season game 4-1. So all in all, outscored the Canadiens 6-2. So, yeah. So for the Montreal Canadiens, their stat line looked like Toffoli with a goal, Suzuki with an assist, and Romanov with an assist. That's as easy as it gets. So yeah, guys, I've been recording for about 20 minutes. That is going to do it for today's stream. Overall, the Canadiens looked a little shaky at points, especially in the second period, where nearly 15 minutes without a shot, actually from the first to the second period, I believe. Certain Habs looked good, I thought. Again, Michael McNiven looked pretty solid. Suzuki's line, I think, looked really good. Caufield looked a little off at some points, but he was pretty good. Suzuki, I really liked what he showed. Toffoli looked pretty good. I liked Toffoli. I thought Romanov had a few iffy moments, but he looked good. Petrie, there was a few passes where he just kind of passed it right to a Maple Leaf, or he or he just passed it to pretty much no one. But then again, a lot of players did that tonight. A lot of players were doing that, but Petrie stood out the most because I recognized his number. Some of the third and fourth line guys were all right. Like I said, Paquette I thought did good. The Maple Leafs, Mikheyev was probably my standout. Mikheyev and Nylander were pretty solid tonight. Hossein and Bunting were decent with Tavares. Didn't really do much. He got a tip on a puck, and that was pretty much it for the most part. So yeah. Yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go over to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and who's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Terminal else. My name is Harry. Subscribe on Puff Club, subscribe on the Hazy Club, subscribe on Sub Up. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, thank you very much for monitoring your comments on any streams and or any videos that I post. Thank you guys very much. The links in the description are my Twitch, which once I do have a PS4 now, so I just want to try and get a little headset and see if I can start streaming, because if I can get a headset, it'll be better than having to hook up my mic and having to move it every 10 seconds. But yeah, we'll get to that eventually. I do want to start streaming off it though, because I think it'd be really fun to do so. Also, in the description is my Amazon wishlist, my PO box, and my PayPal, all in the description. Yeah, if anything is sent via the PayPal, it will be added to the special computer fund right now. That's right, I'm trying to fund a new computer, because it'll mean I can probably do more content for the channel. It'll probably mean I think it'll pretty much mean I can upgrade OBS in a way. I can start doing higher quality videos, I believe, because I'm pretty sure on my computer I can only go to a certain resolution. I think I might be able to start doing 1080p or 4K even, maybe, I think. But yeah, there's that. And anything that's sent via the Amazon wishlist or PO box will be opened in a video, unless you ask me not to. But in the months of November, December, they will be held onto my desk and open during a special Christmas Eve live stream. Speaking of 25 Days of Harry, yes, it will be happening this year. There will be stuff happening. It's gonna be fun, because it's 25 Days of Harry. It's gonna be fun. It will be fun. Also, in the description is my Discord, I believe. Yeah, my Discord. I post notifications every time I go live and every time I post a video, so if you want to check it out, please do that. We also have a sim league. If it's basically like be a GM mode in NHL games. If you want to GM a team, join that. That's pretty cool. Join the Discord. You can ping me if you want. Hey, Harry Rice, fuckface, send me the sim league, please, and then I will do that. Yeah, there's that. Also, in the description is my speedrunning account. I do want to start doing more speedrunning. I think it'd be really fun to do so. Yeah. My speedrunning account is down there. I have 2 controllers that I can use with this computer now. So yeah, there's that. And the final thing in the description is my letterbox. There might be a surprise or two that I forget, but yeah, check out the links in the description. And the letterbox is where I rate for movies. Very rarely I actually review them. Most of the time I just rate them. So yeah, check it out if you want to know movies I love, and let you check out the video. Make sure to say or if you want to wait till the end of this year, 25th day of 25 Days of Harry, who knows? Check it out if you also want to know what movies I hate. I definitely want to do a video on that in the future. I've been teasing that for about a year, and no one's really commented on it. So yeah, there's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. I love you all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's going to be no fade out because I'm not editing this, so thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Love you guys so much. And always remember, go Habs, go, baby. Stay classy, boys. Peace.